So it's an odd way they got this. It's a little thin thing, but they all fit in there. So this is the packaging from inside the packaging. I'm working on a plane, so I have this wax paper here. Pay no mind to that. It has nothing to do with this video or this review. So you get a little bag. You get some servo arms, which are black, which is the opposite of the others. And you get your servo. The case is smoky but clear, you know, where you could see through it. And it just marks on there MG90s micro servo. So I have seen so many back and forth with this. So to make it make sense, like here they all go. It's a lot of them. 16? Yeah, 16 pieces. So I fly a lot. I make a lot of mistakes. I have a bunch of repairs. To make it make sense, I usually use the blue servos that you get fairly cheap also to do these repairs. Well, I ran out of the blue ones. Well, not really. I got like 4 left or something. But those blue ones have served me well. I have used them in very expensive planes. I've used them in planes that I thought was just trash. And they're cheap enough where you don't really care. At this point, I figured, well, if I got to blow the blue ones, I might as well just get the ones that say Metal Gear. Maybe they're a little bit better. I have heard so much, you know, stuff bad about these. Just reading reviews and stuff, how half of them didn't work out of the box. So I'm going to test every last one. Just so I can, you know, I'll send them back to the, you know, I'll send a message to the manufacturer like, hey, only 1 out of 10 of these worked. And this is, you know, not acceptable, blah, blah, blah. So this first one, let me put a servo on so you can even. All right, so there you go. Now that's all the throw I'm get, which isn't 90 degrees. That's odd. That's centered, so let's go ahead and center this. If I were going to use this for an airplane. All right, and I'm going to do the. So this is a standard kind of setup I'd use for an airplane. These are supposed to be, by the ad, these were supposed to be a lot more than this little rotation that you're getting here. Let me look at the ad. So I was thinking, or really incorrectly looking at it. This is the standard servo that I ordered. I actually have 3 in my box, and I thought this was another one, but I ended up getting these first. So this is exactly what you get. The same as the blue standard servo, except for these are Metal Gear. Let's put some torque on it and see what you get. Yeah, it's not exactly super strong, I'd say. See, you can stop it, but it does have a little strength to it, so these should do well. I'll test them. I'm going to test all of these, make sure everyone works, and, you know, just contact the seller if they don't. And I don't have an exact use for it right now, but I'm going to fly these, and I will update this review. I'm going to come back like a month later, a year later, and say, hey, these did me well, or hey, these are junk. But for right now, they seem to work, which is the important part, because a lot of people say they didn't even work. And I feel like they're way stronger than the blue plastic ones. So if you're familiar with the blue plastic ones that are very popular and everywhere, and you've been using those, that's my whole point, that you could get these around about the same price and get something that's maybe a little better with Metal Gears. You can see them in there. So I'll keep you posted. So I'm on the 4th servo into my testing of all of them. And this one, you saw how it clicked? So this is on auto. It's supposed to be rotating. Yep, there it is. But I'm not doing anything with the controls here. I'm just sitting here and it's on auto, which is the last button. I know it's bright, but see, every so often inadvertently catch, but not really go. So I'm going to put it to manual. Not even full travel. Maybe at some points it does. So anyway, that's just the fourth one. So what I did realize, this is the one that was sticking a little bit. When I applied a little more voltage, I usually use a lot of times a single cell LiPo for my voltage. So that's a little low, I know it. But with more voltage, this thing came alive. And that's all 16. I was feeding them back into this box as they were tested. All 16 are working. Once I install them and see how that goes, I'll give you updates on that kind of activity. But for right now, all 16 actually work.